ManyChat just dropped some big updates at their IRL event in California. Here's what you need to know. First off, the event sold out super fast. Only 300 hand-picked creators, marketers, and agencies actually got in. So Network was absolutely bonkers off the chain. They teased a redesigned inbox that's more automation friendly and smarter with AI. So think faster DMs, better categorization, and also some AI assisted replies, so generating while it's working. ManyChat's also leaning hard into AI content tools, but with a focus on keeping it authentic. So there were panels about AI powered creation, tools, ethics, and the future of content creation. Another big one, Instagram has custom audiences. You can now build Instagram audiences directly inside ManyChat, which is absolutely huge for retargeting and ads. And of course, there were tons of monetization hacks. Panels like Revenue Revolution and Getting That Bread are all conversations about turning conversations into cash. So with the inbox redesigns, AI tools, Instagram audiences, and more ways to monetize, ManyChat is clearly playing to win. Are you using them? Are you not? I have been using GHL's similar kind of setup for it, but honestly, I really enjoy ManyChat's user-friendly framework. It just seems a lot clearer and a lot more straightforward. So definitely after this event, I am seriously considering moving back to ManyChat because you just can't beat it. If it's broke, you got to fix it. If it's not broke, why would you try to fix it? You know what I'm saying? All right. I did want to create a video today about some things that keep coming up in my world, and it's more like a blanket Q&A or kind of just like systems talk. I've noticed that recently, the more Gen Z kids I am meeting up with, the more they do not know how to operate in real life. They are very good online. Obviously, they're very, very good at events and bringing together people. But then once people are brought together with them, they kind of don't know what to do. And that's totally fine and completely understandable as they were raised during COVID. They lacked the opportunity to interact with humans in person as much as the rest of us did. And the majority of their stuff is online. With that being said, if you are a Gen Zer, I would really encourage you to try to get out in public because in events like this, it was very obvious to see who were old school networkers, who were people that were older than Gen Z, not just because of how they looked and acted, but because of their ability to network and create deals. And I don't want you guys to miss out on opportunities like this because there were massive, massive creators there, massive names in their industry. And most of the Gen Zers, you wouldn't even know they were in the room because they didn't know how to stand out in a room. And there's a couple of them that are coming to mind right now that I'm like, man, I hope they were able to connect with agents. I hope they were able to create some deals and some negotiations for themselves because that's what the rest of us were doing. We closed some massive influencer deals for a project my client is working on, and we will be partnering with these massive influencers, and we're all going to make a lot of money. Again, if you are a Gen Zer, I am a little bit concerned about that. So again, my advice to you would be to get out in public as much as possible and start having random ass conversations. Networking is always awkward initially. Nobody really knows how to do it unless you've done it for a while. So I always come into the room, even if I am socially anxious or awkward, I come in there with the focus of making people feel seen and heard. So if you don't know what to say to people, you're good. You don't really have to say much. You just have to ask questions. And if you ask enough questions to learn about other people, not only are you getting important data and connection points, but you're also making them feel seen and heard, which is huge. It's not necessarily what you say. It's not necessarily what you do in that moment. It's about how you make those individuals feel. So if you're like, I don't even know what to say at networking events, perfect. Don't say much. Just get really good at asking questions. So a lot of times I'll come busting into a room and be like, why are you here? What are you doing? What brought you here? Well, I'm just trying to do A, B, and C. Oh, cool. How did you get into that? Da, 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 da. Where are you trying to go? I'm trying to do this. What do you need? Who are you looking to connect to? These are all leading questions that get you important data. So then if they just happen to mention something that I specialize in, or if they mention they need something that one of my business partners do really well, it's a win. And then you exchange cards and you move forward. So then what I see happen a lot at these in-person networking events as well is, okay, you made the first contact, right? You've got your little buddy now. Maybe it's one or two people. People often get stuck at that one table or with that one person that they meet initially. There's almost like this trauma bond that happens, and you kind of become like codependent on each other. So what I do then to avoid that situation and avoid not meeting anybody else for the rest of the evening or event is I take that person, I said, let's go meet somebody else. And I drag them to the next table or the next little circle of people. And I said, hey, what's up? My name's Amanda. This is so and so. They're really good at A, B, and C, and they're looking to meet with people that do A, B, and C. Boom. Conversation starts immediately. Everyone else starts introducing themselves. Everybody else starts networking and collaborating and doing business. And you keep doing that all night until you get everything you need met, or you get, a bunch of different great business partners together. What I do next is the absolute saucy sauce. Okay. So I'm doing business, right? We're connecting, we're making connections, we're collaborating, we're moving from table to table with different groups and different people, yada, yada, yada. What I do then is I either identify the lead person of the event is usually like the most powerful or influential person, or I figure out who those people are. Like, let's say there is a big celebrity there, or let's say, there's someone in government there. Like maybe it's an event for them or that they're sponsoring and putting on. I then go up to that person and say, hey, I'm Amanda. I've been meeting with everybody in the room tonight, and I want to know who you need to be introduced to, what your team needs right now. And I will go get them and introduce you to them if I've met them tonight. I am saving them time and energy of having to do what I just did. And I'm making myself valuable to the most important person in the room, the most powerful, impactful person in the room. And so usually they tell me what they want. Or if they don't tell me what they want, they go, oh man, I don't know. That'd be a question for, Sarah. And I'd be like, all right, can you point her out to me? And then point her out to me. Okay, I'll make sure to connect with her. Is there anything, can you tell me about why you put this event on? Like, what's the purpose of the event? Like, why did you choose to do this now? And I start asking my questions again. And then if they're like closed tight and they don't really want to talk, which sometimes happens, I let them go. Okay, cool. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me at your event. It's beautiful. Really appreciate it. I'm going to go talk to Sarah now. And I go find Sarah and do the exact same thing. And this is my playbook for how to work a room. It's not as difficult as it sounds. Is it uncomfortable? Of course it is. It's still uncomfortable for me. I still get anxious. I still get nervous. I still have moments of like, wow, this is awkward as hell. Or sometimes people just don't have a sense of humor, or they're mad that they're there. I don't know. But sometimes it doesn't work. I don't let it affect me. It's not me, it's them. I just brush it off and I keep doing that system, that rinse and repeat system over and over and over again. When I first started, I'd be really freaking nervous. And I would give myself either a certain number of cards I had to hand out or people to connect with, or I give myself a time limit depending on how the crowd is. If it's like a big crowd, then I'd more likely give myself like a number of cards that I'm handing out or a number of people I'm connecting with before I'm allowed to take a break or call it a night, or depending like how it's set up, whatever. That really helped me get in the room, and that really helped me go and get those first 3 conversations done with, so that I could be like, okay, I'm good now. I can keep going. Or, gosh, that was difficult. This event's kind of dead. I'm actually going to take a minute to recoup, try again. And if it's still dead, then I might leave, But then I know that I did what I needed to do in order to be successful at the event. If I fly or travel or pay for a ticket at an event, my goal is to always get potential leads, a potential number of leads that it would take to cover or profit from that event. So cover the cost it took to get there, like my ticket, my hotel, my plane ticket, whatever. So enough leads to cover that, and then potentially enough strong leads to earn a profit. So if I cover my expenses, I'm good. And cover my time, I'm good. And that helps me feel like accomplished and like I'm actually doing something and moving the needle. But after an event, the follow up is super, super important because these people are meeting, everyone's meeting tons of people, everyone's getting bunches of cards or bunches of contacts. So the follow up after you meet somebody is really key. I sometimes hand out cards. I do have cards. It has a QR code for people to go straight into my lead form for services. It also has all my contact information on there. I also, because I'm a woman, I tend to hand my phone to people with my notes app open so people can put in their information. And I just go, oh, here you go, boom. And I just hand it to them. And then I call them usually, or I text them, like, this is Amanda, the girl who's about to make you 3x your ROI or, something like that. That way I stay in their mind and we have an open conversation that I can just pick up right where we left off. So that follow up is huge. I usually do follow up. Like I just did the event on Friday. I was flying and working all day Saturday on the plane. So now it's Sunday and it's almost end of day. So I will probably queue up a couple of those text messages or emails. And then come Monday morning, I'll schedule those emails for Monday or midday Monday to be like, hey, great time. Really appreciate your time. I'm really looking forward to, A, B, and C, or really looking forward to working together. Let's get something official on the schedule. Here's my Calendly link, yada, yada, yada. So that's my whole spiel on in person events in marketing and how I usually navigate those. I have stacks and stacks and stacks of cards, and I will tell you that my network and my ability to build a network that grows and that is valuable has been one of my biggest catalysts for success. My contacts have given me thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars worth of revenue, worth of business deals, worth of conversations. And curating that skill, curating your communication skill, your small talk skill, your questions, your follow up process is insanely valuable to do. Whether or not you plan on going to events or not, it's now kind of unavoidable because of the level I'm at. Clients are wanting me, flying me out to them or flying me out to events, kind of like what just happened with the Instagram summit with ManyChat this weekend. So whether or not you're like, oh, I just want to sit at home and write all day, cool. The more you level up, the more you're going to be forced out of your pajamas and into public. And the more you embrace that, honestly, the money just continues to multiply and to compound. The value of your network, the value of what you have to offer continues to compound. So embrace it. Don't reject it when it comes. And it can be super fun. It's a fun way to break up the monotony of writing. And it's a fun way to get in front and exposed to other perspectives and mindsets. And that's great for creativity. Experiences are phenomenal for creativity. So go out, get those experiences, make the most of them, and comment below what is your biggest fear in networking, or what is your biggest hack in networking? I'm super curious to know. And if you have any questions about this or if you struggle with this, you can always DM me on Instagram at Amanda Katarzi, or you can send me a message on here, I'm sure. But either way, I want to see you succeed. So let's lock this stuff in, let's practice this, and let's get really good at building our network. Cool. I'm Amanda with Cashflow Copy. Please subscribe and share with a friend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.